Well, that is entirely enough of that. This is your Fast Life Motorcycle channel, talking about 2018. Let's cue it up for the people that are missing the live stream because they did not click on the bell icon. Every single one of you need to make sure you click on the bell icon, otherwise you are going to miss out on all the fun in 2018. You read the title right. This is not clickbait. We are doing this. This is the project for 2018 to buy 10 years worth of bikes in 1 year. So, without further ado, you are watching your Fast Life Motorcycle channel, and this is the latest update 2018. We're going to be buying 10 years of motorcycles in just 1 year. That is the plan. That is the project that I'm working on right now, and I am super excited, as you should be. And once again, if you missed this live stream, that's because you didn't click on the bell icon. Every single one of you click on the bell icon. This is not, I'm never going to be a full-time YouTuber, and the way YouTube works, you're not going to get notifications unless you click on the bell, right? They're only going to notify you on people that are full-timers or posting much more than I will be. But when I post, you're not going to want to miss out. So what I'm doing is I'm basically giving you guys an accelerated view of sort of the motorcycle lifestyle, right? The typical motorcyclist, you start with a beginner bike, right? Whatever that is. Some people, beginner bike is a Hayabusa. Hayabusa! For the rest of us, maybe more like a Ninja 250, Ninja 300, something like that. So, the journey is from beginner bike all the way to dream bike in, let's call it less than a year, because I want to move very quickly on this. So, let's call it less than a year. Within a year, go from beginner bike to dream bike, right? And I want you guys to follow me on this journey. What's up, Gator Jixer in the house? So, I want to go from beginner bike, move up to, and I already have a couple of bikes I have in mind. So, from like a Ninja 250, Ninja 300, maybe the new BMW. BMW has a 300 type bike. Move up to something that is maybe not so crazy in terms of a race bike, something that's sort of comfortable, a little more power. So a 600 class bike, but not a race class bike. And then maybe a 600 race bike. And then move up to like a 750. And then keep moving up the line until we move up to the final bike of the series, which is going to be the dream bike. So I don't want to say too much about the dream bike because that is something that you guys are going to have to stick with me throughout the journey to find out what bike that is going to be. I know a lot of you are going to have ideas about, I know what your Fast Life, I know what bike he's going to get. But you might be surprised because this is not something that I'm sort of just doing for entertainment purposes. I'm going to be learning a lot myself because this is real. I'm actually going to be buying 10 years worth of bikes in 1 year. So with every bike that I purchase, I'm sure I'm human. It's going to change me, right? It's going to change my perspective about what I think about those bikes and other bikes. And all that information is going to be ever present when I get to the point of making the decision on what's going to be the final bike of the series. So I honestly, I have a great idea what I think the dream bike's going to be. But to be honest, the information I'm going to gather from all these bikes from 250 to 1,000, 1,200, however far we take it, is certainly going to change certain things. So I won't jump the gun on that one. I want you guys to be very much involved in the process as well. So some of these bikes I'm going to do based on votes. So I'm still trying to figure out some of the details of how I'm going to work this out. But I think some of the bikes, I can make it be a vote bike. So maybe for the next bike, I have an idea of what bike it's going to be. And then, or a few bikes, right? It's going to be one of these three. And then have you guys vote on the bike. And then whatever you guys vote on, whatever gets the most votes, that's going to be the next bike on the list. So with every bike, you're going to watch me follow the journey in terms of what's it like to own that bike? What were my expectations of the bike before purchasing it? And then what happened after actual ownership? Was the bike all that I thought it would be, or was it more than what I thought it would be? So there's sort of an entrance where I tell you guys about the bike. There's the first reviews when I first get the bike and I give you my initial impressions. Then there's the experiences, going on group rides and things like that. And then there's the final exit review, which is we're going to get rid of the bike and I'm going to let you know when all is said and done, actually owning the bike for a period of time, this is how I felt about it. So that is what is going on. And we are going to be, let me let you guys know what's going on. Let's go to the safe. So basically, we're going to be going with the stacks. We're going to be breaking out the stacks. I'm going to be going to dealerships and just dropping some stacks and paying for bikes cash. We're going to do it big. But we are not playing around. This is going down. I'm thinking about doing a car series as well, where I'm going to go through several different cars and then take you to the final sort of a dream car. But I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the dream bike and dream car is definitely going to be nice, but I'm not going to go too crazy because I want this to be as relatable as possible. I want this to be as attainable for as many of you as possible. So, you know, perhaps watching me go through my journey can inspire you to go through your journey. Not necessarily 10 years of bikes, but, you know, getting to that ultimate dream bike that you had in mind. So to start the process, I'm going to be shopping around for some bikes. Matter of fact, I guess I can start the shopping right now. I'm going to tell you guys what bikes I'm thinking about initially for the first bikes. And then I guess we could start right now. Start the series off right now with shopping around. So one of the first bikes that I'm looking at is potentially Ninja 250 and also the Ninja 300. Those are the initial bikes, but I'm also considering something like a KLR. I guess KLR, they don't make those anymore from Kawasaki, but whatever the equivalent of a KLR 250 would be today. So, some kind of enduro type bike or dual sport bike as well. And I'll go through the thought process of why I'm looking at these bikes. So the first bike is going to be as if you're a beginning rider. So obviously I'll do another recommendation on you know what's a good bike to start with. And so a couple factors. I believe your first bike should definitely be something that is very economical. What's going on, man? Good to see you, Revolver. What? I don't know how to pronounce here. I'm gonna call you Revolver. I think it should be something that's economical. You don't want to spend a lot of money because it's your first bike. Good chance you're gonna drop it and stuff like that. Get it all scratched up. Getting a really nice first bike, I think, is a really bad idea. Never mind people that have done it and got away with it. There are people who cross the road blindfolded or with their eyes closed and don't die. That doesn't mean it's a great idea, right? So I really believe you want something that if you drop it, you wouldn't really care. Those are the perfect bikes. It's stressful learning how to ride a motorcycle. The last thing you need is to be stressing out about, oh no, I'm going to drop it and scratch it up and these fairings cost so much money. You don't need to be thinking about that. You need to be focusing on your shifting, working your clutch, and things like that. Not worrying about whether you're going to scratch the bike or not, right? You need to get that off of your plate. So that's why I like older bikes. And something like an Enduro or Dual Sport I think is perfect because those bikes knock them over, kick them over, whatever. It's all good, right? You might even want to consider, potentially, I mean, be careful. As a new rider, you definitely might want to make a mechanic have a look at the bike. But maybe a bike that's someone knocked it over or something like that, so it's got some damage. I know people don't think like me, right? And that's why they don't get to live the lifestyle that I do. But anyway, me personally, I'm thinking, again, I want to focus on the easiest situation for me to learn, right? I don't want to worry about breaking the bike, right? And if the bike looks a little rough, I'm not worried about that. I'm grown. I'm not worried about, you know, oh, my bike has scratches on it. The first bike that I buy would be a bike where the goal is not to look cute or whatever, right? It's to learn, right? So I don't care if the bike looks a little rough. The bottom line is I want to keep the cost low, and I want to keep the liability and risks low, because again, if it's an older bike, I'm not so worried about knocking it over, right? So that's why I would look at those bikes. So let's actually take a look at some bikes. One second. I see Brian Franklin is in the house. So let's go to... So Cycle Trader is a good place to look for bikes. So let's see, we are looking for Cycle Trader. All right, so what we're gonna do here, right here is, and I'll take you guys on my journey. So I'm actually going to be buying these new toys in New York. I'm not going to be shipping anything out to New York. What's in California stays in California. And when I'm out in New York, I will have New York toys to play with. So, motorcycles classic. Why can't I speak? Classified by make. Let's do an advanced search. Let's do 10012. I don't know why it says nationwide of. I put a zip code. Why does it say nationwide? So let's see. Let's do price. So you should be able to get something nice for under 3,000. 2,000 and under. Let's see what you can get for 2,000 and under. This first bike, it should be really cheap. And let's look at the engine size. We want engine size that is conducive to a beginner. So I would say maximum engine size. I mean, there's actually 500 bikes that you can get that are appropriate for beginners. So let's do that. Let's do 500 and under. But 250, 300, that's a sweet spot, I would say. But let's we don't want a 50cc. You want at least a 250. So 250 to 500. Let's do that. Brian Franklin says he's looking to buy a new bike as well. So maybe you can join in the journey. I'm interested to hear what bikes you're interested in. Maybe we can trade some suggestions. So I don't know why this. Where is all this? Should I be seeing? Okay, let's see the matches. 66 matches. There we go. So you got some really old bikes. I said really old. This is 2011. It looks so old. This bike right here. Look at this bike. 2011 Suzuki TU 250. Looks old as hell. 2008 Bergman 400. No. I need a bike that's street legal. So it's 250R. I don't think this is a street. Is this street? I don't think this is a street legal bike. Look at this. That looks sexy. Look at this. You can get a CBR, a 2011 CBR for $2,000. That's insane. Man. Is that price right? It's in Rego Park, New York. A 2011, do you guys see this? A 2011 Honda CBR 250. Wow, let me get the chat in the window so I can see what you guys are saying while we're looking at this. Spare with me 1 second. And let me get my ugly face. We're looking at bikes. You don't want to see my ugly face right now. So, where is the chat? All right, I don't see it. Let's add YouTube chat. Just bear with me 1 second. I got to link up the chat so you guys can see it. Just bear with me 1 second. All right, there we go. So now I can see you guys chat. So let's move it down here. I guess I gotta make this smaller. There we go. So we have some new people in the chat right now. We got Savunkar Avenged, Triumph Tiger in the house. All right, so let's figure out this bike situation. So this is actually not bad. Let me put this in a separate tab. I like this. $2,000. See, I want to show you guys some good options in terms of first bikes. The price is right, the power is right, and even the look. I mean, this looks pretty good. I still wouldn't want to knock it over, even at $2,000, because again, it's $2,000, but the fairings I'm sure cost a little bit of money, and just it's a nice bike. You don't want to scratch it up. So for that reason, I don't really like this as a beginner bike. But if you're the kind of person who's kind of sensitive about, ooh, people are gonna say my bike looks bad or whatever, even you can't even tolerate the little bit of time that you're gonna be on a beginner bike. You know, look, it's an old bike. You can't even wait. You have to have the hottest thing right off the bat. That's how you are. You're so sensitive. Then something like this might be good for you, because even though it's a newish kind of bike, I mean, it's only $2,000, right? So, as opposed to getting some expensive bike and then dropping it, right? I mean, you got to think about that though, because even though the bike itself doesn't cost much, but how much is it going to cost if you drop this bike and you have to buy new fairings, right? And what is the loss in the price of this bike? So if you buy it for $2,000 right now, right? Let's say you buy it for the price right here, $2,000, and you knock it over on the side. So the whole side fairings are messed up. How much can you sell it for in that condition? How much are you going to lose in value? Versus how much is it going to cost for you to get new fairings and then sell it, right? So you get new fairings and then sell it for close to this price, but then how much do the fairings cost? You know what I mean? You got to do the math on that and see. This one says it has a little bit of scratch on there. We'll look at that in a bit. So anyways, I like that bike. Look at this 1993 Suzuki GS 500. Look at that. I can't even see the Revolver Once a Lot says eBay Chinese fairings. He says to get Chinese fairings. Look at this bike. This is $1,200. $1,200 you could have this bike. A GS 500. Now, what I would wonder about this is how well it has been taken care of. It's an old bike. There can be a lot of damage in this or abuse in this. You know, years and years of abuse can really give you a real big headache. A dealer could charge you easily $1,200 to repair this bike, depending on you buy it and it breaks down on you. You could probably fix that same bike. So $1,200 bill from the dealer to fix it, right? Carburetor rebuild, I got to change the tire and this and that and that. You could probably fix it yourself for $500. But still, you got to consider. So now, if you fix it for $500, 5, 6, 7, you're talking about the bike actually costs you $1,700 because after you fix it, it's probably going to run pretty sweet, right? But you really spent $1,700 on it, not $1,200 on it. If you take it to a dealer, then it's not a $1,200 bike. It's going to be like a 20. Let's see, 12. My math. I'm tired, guys. 1,200. 12. So that'll be $2,400 bike. Right? So now you're at $2,400. So you got to consider that. Is this really a $1,200 bike? It's a 1993, guys. 1993. Let's just. I'm gonna add it to the list just for kicks. We'll look at that in a bit. You got a 2010 Hyosung. I keep seeing these Hyosung bikes. I don't know what the feedback is on these bikes, whether they're reliable or not. And this is in Rhode Island, so that's a little bit of a trip. So hey, that might be a good content. Do a road trip to go pick up a Hyosung 250. It's kind of silly, but I think it's not about the destination, it's about the trip, right? 2007 Honda Rebel, $1,500. Look at this, you got some nice options, man. That's a 2007 bike, guys. $1,500. That's nothing. You got this 1992 Suzuki GS 500. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to pick up one of these bikes. I'm going to pick up something dirt cheap because I want, again, one of the things I want it to change. I mean, we're still going to be doing the really nice stuff as well. This is your fast life, but, you know, the original channel or brand is Carlisle's Picks, so you know how we get down. Ninja. So let's see. But I want to do some stuff that is relatable because I know a lot of stuff I show on the channel is a little bit crazy. So I was thinking about one of the things I want to change is I want to do some more relatable things. So I know some of you guys are younger or you just don't necessarily have the financial means to go and buy some crazy bike. So it's nice to look at some cheaper options. Look at this Enduro for $1,369. 5-speed manual. That's in Illinois still. Why is it so far? I don't want to. Why are you showing me? You see, that's that stupid thing that said nationwide. Why does it say nationwide? I put a zip code, so why does it say nationwide? I don't understand. Am I missing something here? Can you guys tell me what the hell is going on? Man, I sent you lots of messages on IG. Man, I've been busy, man. You know what's going on? I heard the brand has rust problems. Chris Carter. I have not been on Instagram in so long. I will eventually check Instagram and see what's up. I am Carlisle's Picks on Instagram, guys. So there's a I think that's the same bike we saw before. Yeah, what am I doing? What's up with this location thing? What is nation? I'm confused. I may be just tired. Why does it say nationwide? Oh, I have to put within miles of that zip code. Okay, no problem. So let's do 50 miles of 1012. One of one. One of what? What? Are you serious? There's only one bike under two. So those bikes were far away? There's only one bike under $2,000. What am I looking for? The criteria is 50 miles of 1,012 under $2,000 for small CC bikes. There's only one bike in that price range. Wow. So where are these bikes that I found? So this is in Ottawa, New York. I don't know how far that is. This one is in Ottawa, New York as well. It's the same bike. I don't know why it's twice. This bike is in, Maryland. Wow. And this bike is in Virginia. Wow. So you got to go all the way to Virginia to get some really cheap bikes. I don't see these cheap bikes in the New York area. Wow. So let's do 100 miles. Now we got two bikes. Pennsylvania. All right, let's do road trip, guys. We're going on a road trip. But the thing about a road trip for this kind of thing is, unless you got a trailer, are you going to ride back 300 miles on some old 1992 bike that you just bought? You haven't even had time to really check it out. That's probably not a good idea. So there's the highest sung. The Rebel is in, where is this? 300 miles. Wait, that's how much miles the bike has? 184 miles away in Maryland. 215 miles away in Fairfax, Virginia. That's the place where they pull you over for wearing the wrong color t-shirt. So this is interesting. So getting under $2,000 is tough in the New York area. So let's increase our max range to $75,000. Maybe that'll help. What are you guys, nuts? What are you, nuts? $75,000? How do you get from $2,000 to $7,500? Let's do $3,000. How about that? $3,000. That's a good number, right? All right, Ninja 300 SE. Yeah. Yay. We have to go out to Dirty Jersey for the 2014 Ninja 300 SE, $2,999. And then we jump to that damn CBR again in Rego Park. Then we got Plainfield. We got a Yamaha XV250 Virago. Then in Brewster, New York, we have a Ninja 250 2009, $2,800. These bikes are holding their value pretty decently. A 2009 for $2,800, I think that's what you would have paid maybe 5 years ago. Close to, anyway. Those are great bikes, man. The resale value, I think, is pretty awesome. They're fun bikes. They're lightweight bikes. Great bikes to start on and even hold on to. Like, having a Ninja 250 to learn and then buying a 636 or a Ninja 1000, a ZX10, and still having the Ninja 250 R, I think, is a great thing to do. It can be your commuter bike. You're farting around, having fun on bike. You can turn it into a track bike. So many things you can do with it, man. I think these bikes are really, really awesome. To think of them as just simply a beginner bike is ridiculous. These bikes can be so much more. So anyway, yeah, man, that's how Virginia gets down. Virginia is crazy, man. Virginia is nuts, especially when you're out of state. All right, guys, so that's going to conclude this episode. I'm going to do some real we're going to do the real deal on the weekends where I got more time because I got to go to work tomorrow. It's about to be past my bedtime. Got a hot date tomorrow. Yeah. So I got to get my gear together and all that good stuff. But we're going to do a live stream where I'm going to, now I'm just kind of getting my feet wet, seeing what's out there, seeing what the prices are. But what I'm going to do is spend a little bit more time and try to lock down some bikes that I want to target, and then we'll do some test rides and do some research on the models, and you guys can follow me through the process. Got the lady calling me. Isn't that weird? I just said I got a hot date, and now she calls me like within a minute of that. So that means I gotta get off this live stream pretty soon, because she's gonna be like, "Why didn't you answer when I called?" Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna go through the full process. I'll take you guys out with me to do some, again, pick out the bikes, target which models I want, pick out like a budget based on what we see, do some test rides. We can do some interviews with the owners, get some feedback on what the bike is like, and share information with you guys. So I'll give you guys as much information. So I'm going to go through the process as an actual buyer, right? Normally I would just talk about this new bike or whatever, but I'm going to actually go through the process as an actual buyer and share that information with you. So, research like which models are really good in terms of resale value, fun to ride, things like that, and actually ride these bikes, tell you what I think about them in terms of power delivery and things like that. How are the brakes? Give you the full feedback, and then we'll actually pick one out, and we'll drop those stacks. Where's the stacks? Drop those stacks! Stacks! You see those guys on Instagram? They're like, really? Really? Anyway, so we'll go and we'll pick one up, and then I'll go through the process. I will tell you first impressions. I'll tell you mid impressions when I've ridden it for a while, and then exit impressions when we move on to the next bike. And I pretty much have a good idea what I'm gonna do for the next bike. And let's just say we're gonna roll up to a dealership with a big stack of cash, and we're gonna drop it on the counter, and we're gonna say, "Give me that." There's a sexy new bike that I want to go to. So the idea is pick a used bike, older bike, really cheap bike. Have fun with that for a little bit, and then for someone who is so bougie or whatever that they want to get a brand new bike, we can get a brand new bike. We'll go to the dealership, pick up a brand new bike, and which I would never really do. I don't buy brand new stuff, right? If you guys see my cars, bikes, you see nothing's ever brand new, right? When you buy something brand new, the minute you ride it off the lot or drive it off the lot, you lose so much value, right? I let the original owner, the sucker, let them take that loss, right? You take the loss, I'll take the savings. I like stuff, my sweet spot is 2 years old. If I want something new, 2 years old is my sweet spot. But a lot of the modern vehicles, not motorcycles so much, but cars definitely, a lot of the modern cars are not really for me. I like the older school cars, a little bit more visceral, more raw. I feel more connected to the cars, like Porsches. I love Porsches, but the new ones, too smooth. I want the old school stuff. Look at the Ferrari 458. If you guys saw, I did the review on that. I wasn't impressed driving it in normal conditions. That's why I like Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis are cars where you don't have to be on the track. You don't have to be on it to really enjoy it, right? But bottom line is, I have lost my chain of thought, and I have no idea what I was just talking about. I'm not even joking. That's old age kicking in. I literally just totally forgot what I was just talking about. But anyway, on that note, like I said, we'll do a live stream. We'll do test rides and buy the first bike, then move to the next bike, and then move to the next bike. I think what I want to do let's do a live stream this weekend. I'm going to plan a live stream probably on Saturday. And I am going to try to pick a series of bikes that I want to look at as a first bike, and then I want to try to do a first try at getting a list of 10 years of bikes, right? Just to give me an idea. I want to see how much money it's going to cost for all of these bikes. I want to see how many bikes most likely. Like, this is just really an idea that I was inspired by in terms of something I came up with. And I'm like, that would be a great idea. This would be really cool. You guys could learn a lot from this. This would be very beneficial. Lots of great information for you guys. Lots of entertainment value as well. I would enjoy it. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. But I haven't really formalized what this really means. 10 years of bikes. For example, 10 years of bikes. How many bikes in 10 years? I'm thinking, and this is kind of aggressive, but I'm thinking at least one bike per year. So we're probably talking about 10 bikes. But that's a lot of bikes, isn't it? See, I don't know. I gotta look at it. I gotta put it on paper. I'm not gonna show you guys this list because I don't want to let you know too much information about what I'm thinking. I want to just go through the process organic as possible. And besides, whatever I'm thinking doesn't mean necessarily what I'm gonna do, right? I can think all these ideas, but as I go through the journey, I'm sure my thinking process will change. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna learn from them. I'm probably gonna change my course, right? So this list I'm going to put together is something I'm going to keep private. But, or maybe not, I don't know. I'll decide what I want to do, but I want to look through how many bikes. I want to figure out how long I'm going to have each bike to meet my goal of within a year. I want to look at all those metrics and based on that, use it as a plan so I can plan this whole thing out rather than just doing this all willy-nilly. Anyway, on that note, Chris, let me see. I gotta catch up to the chat. I see one now for sale. Buy a 05 10R. How am I gonna buy, Chris Carter? How am I gonna buy an 05 10R as a first bike? Really? Really? Come on. I see one now for $3,999. True story. One of the riders that was on my channel, if you remember Drew with the ZX10, he's trying to sell me that ZX10 for like $6 grand. That's a great price and all, but I told him 10 bikes. I mean, not 10 bikes. 10 years of bikes in 1 year. Right? We're starting from the bottom, and now we're here. So I can't start with a ZX10. No. I see one out there. Cycle Trader in Longwood, Florida. Prime Motorcycles, the dealership name. No. I wanted to buy this carryover 14R 9K in hand, and it got turned down. Wow. I buy new, get warranty, and don't ever sell anything. I buy new. Yeah, you buy new. You buy new so I can buy from you used, right? And save all that money. I'll take that money. You don't want the money? You don't want the money? I'll take it right from you, Mr. Chris Carter. You spend that money. You throw it away on that new thing. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that too on this series, but I'm doing it for you. But for me personally, generally speaking, I will make one exception. When you're dealing with the ultra high end, then it's a little different. And it's not even just high end. Like, for example, exotic cars. I do like older cars, but the idea of me buying let's say like a 4-year-old Lamborghini Aventador. It's got to have some really low miles. And it's not even just that. A warranty, man. You have a vehicle that's $400,000 and you have a transmission issue. I mean, you're talking serious liabilities in terms of financial liabilities. So you have a vehicle that's super expensive. It's Italian. It's not like it's reliable Japanese. So I expect there to be a good chance that something's going to break, right? It's not like I could get a Lexus and just do oil changes and I'm good. So you have a lot of risk. So getting that out of warranty or close to out of warranty, bad idea. Even a Mercedes-Benz or BMW. Buying a really low-cost BMW or Mercedes-Benz that's like out of warranty, 6 years old, 7 years old, bad idea. Because if that thing breaks, the amount of money is going to cost you like $2 grand to change the headlights or something. So those are situations where, yeah, I'll say it. If I'm going to buy a BMW Mercedes, I want to buy brand new, right? Or Actually, my 2-year plan might work, because if it's got a 5-year warranty and I buy it 2 years old and it's got a few years left on a warranty, the only thing is I am not keeping that thing out of warranty. As soon as that warranty is about to run out, I am selling that thing so fast. But if it's something that's reliable, like a Lexus, I'm not buying a brand new Lexus, right? I'm not buying a brand new Infiniti. I'm not buying a brand new Nissan, right? I'm not buying a brand new vehicle like that where it's generally going to be a reliable vehicle. But something that's super exotic, where you have all those risks and liabilities, then I'm definitely focused more on the warranty. And I got to look into also, because since I do like older vehicles, I got to look into, like, if I want to buy a LP 550-2 Gallardo, you know, that's an older car now. Time flies, man. That's an older car now. Wow, it's not a classic or anything, but it's definitely an older car now. What if I want to do that, but it's out of warranty? I'm not gonna buy that out of warranty. So I gotta investigate if there are warranties you can buy for older exotics like that, because the older I get, the older the cars that I like are getting. So the cars that I really like are falling out of warranty if they're not already. So how do I acquire the cars that I really like without acquiring the risks? So that's something I'm going to be investigating. But anyway, talking about cars, I am going to end this live stream with the vehicles that we picked out. So 2011 Honda CBR 250R, $2,000 negotiable. So imagine we could get this down to $1,800, $1,700. We have a 1993 Suzuki GS 500 for $1,200 negotiable. So we could get it down to $1,000 maybe. We got to consider how much money we'll have to put into that, possibly. 2007 Honda Rebel CMX 250C, $1,500, open to trade. And then we have a 1992 Suzuki GS 500. Revolver says there's nothing more expensive than a cheap Benz. I think you got that right, my friend. Chris Carter says he's not selling his bike. I sell used but not used. What? I sell used but not used. But if I do buy used, I'm tossing turbo on it. But I'd like to own a 1978 Camaro. Revolver says nothing more expensive than a cheap Benz. Yep. Chris Carter, used bikes takes a lot of cash. The last owner dogs it out, and you got to replace the problem. Yep. As is no warranty nowhere. That's why I like to get, when I'm getting my used vehicles, I like low miles, obviously, right? Here's the trick with older vehicles. Low miles, single owner. Old, responsible guy owner. Right? Low miles. Let's say it again. Low miles. This is how you buy used vehicles, guys. Listen up. Write this down. This is how you buy used vehicles. Low miles, right? Single owner, right? Older. Am I giving you guys the finger? Older. I'm giving you guys the bird. Sorry. I'm flipping the bird. Older, responsible owner, right? So the vehicle is super clean. You can get a sense of the owner has a lot of passion for the vehicle, and just talking to them, they've done all the maintenance, right? This is their baby. That's the vehicle you want to get. This is their baby, right? The other thing is, what I say, low miles, single owner. Single owner, because the more owners, the harder it is to figure out, because you want to buy a vehicle from a responsible person who wasn't abusing the vehicle, right? When you have multiple owners, how are you going to track down all the owners to get an assessment? Single owner, you can meet the owner and assess the owner yourself, right? You've met the guy, you get a good sense of how they are, you can talk to them, ask the right questions, and get a sense of whether this person took care of this bike or not, right? Multiple owners, the last guy could have been a young kid that abused the hell out of the thing, right? That's the problem with multiple owners. So that's why that's my strategy. That's how I do it. And I've been pretty good so far. I haven't really had a lot of problems. I did have a high-end vehicle that something, I had a alternator that broke on it. And it was kind of crazy. It was a German vehicle. But alternators do die. It had like 60,000 miles on it. Might have been the original alternator. It happens. But other than that, I've been good to go. Knock on wood. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end the live stream. It's went on a little bit longer than I planned on, and I need to go to bed. I got work tomorrow. Plus, I got to call this lady up, see what's up. Better choice of winning the lottery than finding a single owner and older model. They're out there, man. They are out there. You just got to be patient. Buy from a female. They're normally take care of the vehicle. Okay, that's an idea. That's food for thought. Anyway, everyone who missed the live stream, it's because you didn't click on the bell. Every single person, whether you missed the live stream or watched the live stream, make sure you click on the bell next to the subscribed icon. Right now, this channel is bell only. If you don't click on the bell, you're never going to get notified, so it's just as well you don't subscribe. Right? So every single person needs to click on the bell. Otherwise, you're going to miss the live streams. You're going to miss the videos because that's the way the channel is. Not my choice. That's how YouTube set it up. Right? I have no control over that. So everybody click on the bell. That way you don't miss on the live streams. Right? I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm not doing this for money. In fact, it costs me money. I mean, this channel made like $10 last month or something. Right? So, yeah. So click on the bell. And I think that's it. I will see you guys on the next live stream. We're gonna probably do one on Saturday, and I'm ready to get the ball rolling, man. I'm gonna call and call the bank. You realize that the banks, because I have a safe here, but I wanna get all the money that I'm gonna need for all these bikes and just have it, on hand. And it's funny, a lot of banks, I actually think of banks as like places that money is stored in, but you'd be surprised, a lot of these banks don't have a lot of money, right? Their money is all digital. So if you're looking to take out large sums of money, it's like you really need to call in advance, because what they'll do is they'll transfer money from a real bank or a central bank or something like that, and be prepared. Because if you just roll up in a bank and say, I want 100 grand, 200 grand, you might be surprised if they tell you, like, we don't really have that amount to give you, right? So I'm going to call the bank. First of all, I got to figure out how much money I want, and then I'll call the bank ahead of time and let them know I'm coming. I'm coming with my briefcase and 2 bodyguards. And I'm just going to go and pull out some cash, put it in the home safe, and get ready to start walking into these dealerships and just dropping those stacks and roll it out on bikes. Bikes for days. 10 years of bikes in 1 year. And you're only going to see it right here on your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. Another thing that's coming up is we're going to we're going to be doing every month, I'm going to be doing a special video. It's going to be sort of a video highlight of previous episodes and things like that. I want it to be really fun and exciting, and to really sort of express. I want to express my passion for motorcycles in a creative, artistic form, right? We want to have original music and all the works. A lot of really awesome things. Also, I'm going to be doing a barbecue out on the East Coast. My goal is for this to be a large barbecue, and I'm going to partner with someone on it. So I got to do my research and see who I'm going to partner with. I'm going to put down some significant money on this in terms of promotions and things like that. So I'm looking for a partner. So if you're interested, let me know. But this is going to be a major event. I want to have a lot of people there. We want to have also some manufacturers involved or some companies involved that want to sponsor the event. Absolutely, I'm down. And this is only the beginning. So stay tuned right here on your Fast Life Motorcycle channel. Thank you everyone for all the support. Chris Carter, good to see you. I will check my Instagram to see what you're talking about. Revolver, peace out. Good luck with them sugar walls. He says good luck with them sugar walls. All right. Hey, Revolver. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next live stream. This is your Fast Life Motorcycle channel.